Hi dears, welcome back to the channel. It's Friday today, end of January already, and you are watching the latest update on the situation here in Spain and all the news from Spain and Benidorm area, our sunny Benidorm. So let's start probably with the situation today. The amount of cases is decreasing slightly, which is very good. We're still staying positive and we hope that the situation will get better and better every day. This is the only thing we have left, to stay positive, so why not? The last 24 hours, we have 34,899, so basically 35,000 new cases. Comparing to the day of yesterday when we had more than 40,000, it's quite a good result. The index of people getting sick per 100,000 people is 889 right now, which is also decreasing by 10 points, and it's first time it decreases since 4th of January, which is more than in 25 days time. First time in a month, which is very, very nice to hear, and hopefully it will continue decreasing. The Valencian community is the worst one right now in the situation. And basically we have at the moment more than 1,438 new cases here, which is kind of concerning because we never were like the worst community, the worst area here in Spain by cases and by situation, but right now we are, which is not very good. Cases here are still increasing, while in some other regions in Spain they are decreasing, as for example in Andalusia, where they have less than 900 cases per 100,000 people, which is very good, and it's the first time it decreases this week, and in general in quite a long time. So in Andalusia the situation is getting slightly better, as well as in Catalonia. The other very important news is for the people who travel quite a lot, and it's because especially the ones who travel from Portugal to Spain and from Spain to Portugal, of course. Portugal has closed the borders with Spain. We don't know for how long it will last. It will just depend on the general situation and on the number of cases here. But the border is closed, so no one is able to enter or exit Spain or Portugal just like that. You have to have some kind of a paper that says that either you work there, or you need to go to the hospital, you need to bring something, like there's like an emergency situation. If not, no one is able to travel. Yeah, that's the case. And next news here from Spain basically is that the interesting fact about the vaccination, I'm not talking about if it's bad or good, if we should or shouldn't get the vaccine from COVID. It's just an interesting statistics that our Institute of Statistics is giving us basically. And it says that the confidence in vaccines grew more than by 30 points in a month's time, which is quite a lot in a short amount of time. And basically 72.5% of all people that were asked about it in the internet, they are ready to get the vaccine as soon as possible, as soon as they're called. So let's say if today someone says like, do you want to get the vaccine? You can now go. People would go. 72.5%, the majority of people would go and get the vaccine. Probably this is just because of the situation that we're having now in Spain. This is just like desperate people that just don't want to get sick. They are afraid of the consequences to their health. They are afraid to lose their relatives and loved ones and friends. People that just lost the job and don't have any other way of existence. People are just so tired of all this situation that they just want it to get over with once and for all, or at least get the situation better, where the tourism can start, where the economy can start working again, and somehow the situation will get better. So this is why a lot of people would get the vaccine basically. From the ones who would not get the vaccine, the majority, 26%, say that they are kind of afraid of getting the vaccine because basically they're afraid of their health and the the negative effects to their health due to vaccine, that it might cause some illnesses, or it might cause allergic reaction, or they would get COVID in a difficult situation. They would go to the hospital and things like that. So basically, these people just are afraid by the secondary effects that the vaccine might cause. 23.5% of those who wouldn't get the vaccine immediately just don't like vaccination. These are usually people who just don't like vaccination in general, the ones who think that vaccines are not good for health, but all the other way around, that they might cause even more illnesses and even more difficulty inside the illness if they will get it. So this is just people who in general think as a no about the vaccines. Cookie, what happened? Cookie's here. She was sleeping and she just came here. What's happening? I don't want to sleep. What? She doesn't like to be alone. Okay, go here, but don't make any noise, okay? So, as I've said, 23.5 don't like vaccines, and 14.1 want to wait and see how they work, if they are preparing our immune system, if people will not get sick, if they won't have any symptoms, if everything will be okay, and if the situation will get better, then they will get the vaccine. And the rest just didn't want to mention why they don't want to do it. So basically, this is the situation right now here. Another few news here is that Granada, its region in Andalusia, is still getting a lot of earthquakes, a lot. When I say a lot, from Saturday last week, and it's almost Saturday this week, so it's been almost a week, 6 days from then. Granada had more than 80 earthquakes, smaller ones and bigger ones. The biggest ones were 4.5. There were only a few of them, like 4 of them approximately, but still these are the ones that are not that dangerous, but they are making the situation worse slowly but surely, just because they're not affecting buildings that much, but they are producing some cracks in the buildings, and eventually these cracks will spread. The more earthquakes there are, the more they will be spreading, and eventually the building will just collapse. So it's also very dangerous. The last ones were yesterday evening. There were 4 of the bigger magnitude. There were 3.6 and 4.3. People are very, very afraid, and they are going out of the buildings each time they have the earthquake, and they even sleep, and right near the bed they have like boxes with all the documents, all the necessary things that they need to have and they need to save, just in case there's like a bigger earthquake and they need to go out of the house immediately. As well as experts say that this situation in Granada sadly might stay the same for about a few weeks or even months. Wow. And they also say that it's very, very improbable, which I'll explain now. It's very, very improbable that earthquakes will be bigger than 4.5 due to the type of the earth, due to the type of soil that there is in Granada. They see it as a quite improbable exit of the situation, you know. The biggest problem of this is that we don't really rely on what experts say anymore, because when pandemics here in Spain started, all the experts were saying the probable and improbable cases and scenarios of what might happen or might not happen. And the scenario that they said had like 1% of chance of 100, 1% of 100 to happen. And it was the worst case scenario, that the virus will spread through all the countries and it's going to be like a global pandemic and a lot of people will die and the economy will stop. It was like almost impossible scenario. It is exactly what happened right now. It is exactly what's happening in the world with this virus. So we don't really rely on what they say anymore, because this was improbable. impossible even to say. And this happened. And now they say that these bigger earthquakes are improbable in Granada. So people just don't believe that. And they think that still there's going to be like a bigger magnitude earthquake that will cause some serious damage to the buildings and to people. So they are ready in any second, just grab things they need to grab and go out to the street to be safe. Basically, this is what's happening here. And don't forget that starting from today, 3 o'clock, 3 p.m. today, Friday, all the big cities that have more than 50,000 people living in them will be closed in Valencian region. These cities, for example, are Alicante, Torrevieja, Benidorm city, as well, Valencia, Castellón, like all the biggest cities that have more than 50,000 people living in them will be closed from today, 3 p.m. until Monday, 6 a.m. in the morning. If someone of you live here and you need to pick up your children, let's say from Albir, as it's my case, to go to Benidorm and pick my child up from the school and then come back, you need to have a document, a certificate from school or any other kind of document saying why you're going to this town or city. Just because you will be stopped. There's a lot of police officers right now already preparing to block all the entrances and exits and to have extensive controls. Also bear in mind that you have to go out of home if you want to go somewhere to the other city that's locked down slightly earlier, because there's going to be big queues on the road to get checked on the entrance and exit. So bear that in mind and go out slightly earlier than the needed time. Basically, this is what's happening. What about the weather? Weather is changing. Right now, it's still not affecting our region as it is, but it will start affecting slowly but surely the north part and northwest part of Spain. This is the first picture, and in it you can see basically that there's going to be cloudy again in all that side of Spain versus our side where it's still quite sunny and the weather is very stable. They say that there is another storm which is called Justin that's coming from the Atlantic Ocean. And basically it's like an explosive storm that they think might affect a lot Spain, but basically will affect, as I said already, north and west part of Spain. Why? There's going to be like hurricane wind, which can be up to 120, 130 kilometers per hour. Plus there's going to be a lot of intense rain in a short amount of time, so there might be some floodings as well, and it's going to be very, very ugly weather on the coast as well, with very, very high waves, so people have to be careful. And it's going to come from today and continue through weekend, but as I said already, mostly north and west part of Spain will be affected by it. Temperatures barely change right now, to be honest. On the north part of Spain, as you can see here, there's going to be from 11 till 18 degrees, center 13 till 18. South part will have 15 to 28. 28. The warmest here in Spain will be in Murcia today. And Mediterranean area will have between 18 and 27 degrees, which is also very, very nice and very strange. A typical weather for the end of January again. Alicante will have 27 degrees, Barcelona 21, Granada and Sevilla 23, Madrid will have about 15 degrees, Murcia, as I said already, 28, Palma de Mallorca will have 23, Menorca the same, and Canarian Islands, Las Palmas and Tenerife will have approximately 25 degrees, which is also very nice weather. Here in Valencia, it's going to be 26, and the water temperature in our Mediterranean lovely sea, today the warmest will be as usual in the area of Alicante, and it will have 14 degrees. It's not much, but if the temperatures will continue rising that way, then soon we're going to have a very, very nice water in the Mediterranean Sea, and we'll be able to start swimming a lot earlier. So these were all the news for today. I hope you enjoyed watching them. If you did, don't forget to subscribe right here down below and click on the bell, because if not, YouTube would not notify you when the new videos come up, so you will miss them. And if you don't want this to happen, click on the bell. Thank you all for watching. My dears, have a very, very nice weekend start. And I'm gonna see you tomorrow in the new video. Bye, dears.